Hey guys, this is Gaurav and welcome to my channel The Other Languages. This is my third video. In my previous two videos, we have covered the basic input, output, and data types of C. Uh, please check those videos. The link has been provided in the description box for the previous videos. If you like those previous videos, don't forget to like, share, and comment on these videos. And in this current video, we are going to cover basic operators in C programming. So without further ado, let's jump into the session. So let's see what are the topics we are going to cover today. So we are going to cover the classification of operator. Uh, then we are going to cover a few operator and their how that operators work, like increment and decrements operator, assignment operator, reminder operator, and if else operator. So these are the very useful operator which we are going to cover. Then we are going to cover precedence and associativity, and we will show with example the execution of operator in a statement, different operator. Then there will be a sample program which is based on operator only. So types of operator. So based on operand number, there are three types of operator. One is unary operator. The example is like plus plus a, b minus minus, which is basically increment and decrement operator, not a, ampersand a, pointer p. So basically these are unary operators because it's operate on single operand. So that's why it is unary operator. Now second one is binary operator. Why it is binary operator is because it operates on two operands, like a plus b. So uh, if you want to get the summation of a plus b, it requires both a and b. So that's why it is binary operator. So similarly, there is example a divided by b, a greater than b, a equals to b. So double equals to mean equals to, and single mean assigned to. A and b, a assigned to b. Then come ternary operator. So there is a single ternary operator present in C. So this is the example of ternary operator, question mark, then uh, this colon sign. So why it is ternary operator? Because it require three operand. It's operate on three operands. That's why it is ternary operator. We will show you the syntax in next slide. Based on functionality, there are six type of operator. One is first one is arithmetic operator. The example is like a plus b, a minus b, a into b, a remainder b, and so on. Similarly, the second one is logical operator, like a and b, a or b, not a. So it is like Boolean logic. Say for a, if a and b is non-zero, then a and b give 1. If any of the value of a and b is 0, then a and b will give 0. So simple and uh, Boolean and or logical and or operation. Similarly, there is a not operation. The third one is the relational operator, like a greater than b, a less than b, a greater than equals to b, a not equals to b, a equals to b. So those are relational operator. This logical and relational operator, these two type of operators are mainly used while decision making. So in our next video, when we are going to discuss about decision making and use if else statement, that time we are mainly going to use this logical and relational operator. So next come assignment operator, like a equals to a assigned to b, a plus assigned to b. So this assignment operator we are going to cover in our next slide. Bitwise operator. See, bitwise operator is not useful in general scenario. It is not that important, but if you try to work with a bits, binary codes and address, that time this bitwise operator is very useful. It is mainly used in low level language when you try to write assembly language or low level language, low level coding in C. That time this bitwise operator is very useful. Now come the special operator. Special operator means this type of operator does not fall under any category, and it has special purpose like comma. So in several statements, like for example, if you in declaration you have seen like to write, you have seen like we are doing multiple declaration like int a comma b comma c. So that comma, it is denotes the separation. Again the semicolon. You have seen that each C statement ends with semicolon. The semicolon denotes that this is the end of statement. If else, like I have shown you that the ternary operator, if else operator. There is another operator is size of operator, which gives the size of the particular value. It gives the memory size, how much memory that has been, that variable has been occupied. Then pointer, address. So these are the advanced operator which we are going to cover in our in latter part. So we are going to cover a very few operators. We are going to the couple of useful operators are there. We are going to cover those useful operator, and those are very interesting, like assignment operator. So say in your programming, you have a need to write like this: a equals to a plus b. So it can be shortened as a plus equals to b. Similarly, a equals to a minus b, that can be written as a minus equals to b. So you are doing the operation and assign it to a value. So this can be, this assign operator can be written like this. So if you encounter this kind of operator a plus equals to b, don't get frightened. This simply means a equals to a plus b. So let us consider reminder operator. Reminder operator is one of the very useful operator, and the operation will be allowed only on integer variable. Uh, so let us consider this example where we have taken int equals to 11 and float f equals to 11. Now we are trying to perform this below 4 operation. A equals to a by 2. A being integer, the division with 2 will give the result 5. Now the second line, r equals to a remainder 6. So a being integer and value is 11, the 11 remainder 6 will give the value 5. Now come to the third line, f equals to f divided by 2. F being float and it can accept the fraction value. So as f is 11, then 11 divided by 2 will give you the fraction value 5.5. Now come to the fourth line, x equals to f remainder 6. Here f is a float value. We know that it can, in on float variable, the remainder operation is not applicable, so it is not allowed. Increment and decrement operator. Increment and decrement operator. So what is increment and decrement operator? It is the operator, it is very useful operator, and it increment or decrement the operand's value by 1. Now there is two type of increment and decrement operator. One is pre-increment and one is post-increment. Similarly, there is pre-decrement and post-decrement. Please verify the syntax that has been given in this slide for pre and post increment or decrement. Now come the fourth one is if else operator, which is very useful operator. The syntax is like, first the condition. If the condition is true, then it will execute first part of the statement or expression. If it is not true, then the second part of statement or will be executed. This operator, if else operator, will be covered in details in our next video of decision making. Consider this example. What will happen? So say the value of we have taken two value. One is a equals to 10 and b equals to 0. Okay. Now first we try to print plus plus a. So what will happen? Pre-increment means what? Pre-increment means that first it will increase the, so it will be a is here in this statement, a is pre-incremented. So first it will increment, then it will do the operation in the statement, execute the statement. So first the a will be incremented by 1 and after statement execution a will become 11. So it will print 10. No, sorry, it will print 11. Then what will happen? Then coming to the next line, it will first print, then it will increment it by 1. So it will, the previous value of a is 11. So first it will print 11, then it will be incremented by 1. So after this statement execution, the a's value become 12. Now the third operation is b plus equals to a plus plus, a minus minus. That means first what it will do, it will first it will do b equals to b plus a, then it will increment, then it will decrement the value a. So first it will assign a value a to b. What will happen? Current values of a is 12 in our previous statement, after the previous statement. So it will assign the value b equals to b plus a. B's value is 0, b plus 8, a's value is 12. Now so the latest b's value will be 12. Okay. So after this statement execution, a will be decremented. Current a's value is 12. After this statement execution, a's value will become 11. Coming to the next line, where we are going to print b's value, then after printing it, the value will be decremented. So it is a post decrement. So first it will print b's value is 12, it will print 12. Then after the statement execution, the b's value become 11 and a's value become 11. So lastly we are going to print a and b. So a's value become 11 and b's value become 11. If you understand this example, you will never face any issue with post and pre increment or decrement operator. So this is the best example of post and pre increment and decrement. This is very useful and very important. Now there are two properties of operator. One is precedence and associativity. What is precedence? The property of operator by which compiler will determine which operator will be executed first in case operator having different priorities. And what does associativity mean? Associativity is a property of an operator by which compiler will determine which operator will be executed first in case multiple operator having same priority. Got it? So first we understand what the priority is. So if you get this table, you will find out in the left side the precedence has been given, which is basically its priority, and in the right side there is a associativity. So lesser priority and precedence will be executed first, then the more higher the precedence, the operator will be executed later. Okay, so let us consider an example. You don't require to remember all these things. uh, by doing it you will came to remember which operator has what associativity and what precedence. So let us consider this example. Okay, a equals to something. So which value will be executed first? So as this 52 minus 43, this value is inside parenthesis, and due to higher precedence of this parenthesis or bracket, this operation will be executed first. So value will now coming to next line. See, division, remainder and multiplication have higher precedence than other operator like plus and minus in the equation. So these three operator will be executed before plus sum and subtraction. But these three operator have same priority or precedence: division, remainder and multiplication. So which operation or which operator will be executed first? In this situation we have to consider the associativity. The associativity of arithmetic operation is left to right. That means if we have uh, operators, multiple operators with same priority, then it will be executed left to right in case of arithmetic operator. So first we are going to execute the leftmost operator, then we are going to execute the next, then next. So first the division will be executed. The division is, then the remainder operation will be executed, then the multiplication operator will be executed. Now the equation become 5 plus 3 minus 36. Now plus and minus have same precedence. Again we need to consider associativity. So for the associativity of arithmetic operator is left to right. So the leftmost operator, which is plus, will be executed first. So first we executed plus 5 plus 3, then we are going to execute minus 8 minus 36. The result will be minus 8. Understand this example. This is the basic of precedence and associativity. So let us consider one sample program, Celsius to Fahrenheit conversion. So this is a very basic and simple program where we are going to find out. It can be this program can be executed using operators only. We need not to do any further statement. We need not to do any advanced statement. Like you take two values, float C and F, variable, and in C you are going to take the temperature in Celsius, and after that you will do the formula is nothing but basically the having multiple operator, C divided by 5 into 9 plus 32, and you will get the equivalent temperature in Fahrenheit. The output result will be like this. If you enter the Celsius in 100, it will give the temperature in Fahrenheit is 212. So that is all for today, folks. So hope you enjoy this video. If you like, don't forget to like, share and subscribe my video, and press bell icon for new video updates, and please provide your suggestion in the comment box to make the next videos more better. Thank you.